It's easy to say, I'll fight for Christ, I'll be a soldier of Christ, but at the end of the day fails to live out the immense responsibility of following this call. It's always easy to say something, but it's hard to actually live it out. Our patron St. Martin not only said the words, "If this conduct of mine is ascribed to cowardice and not to faith, I will take my stand unarmed before the line of battle tomorrow, and in the name of the Lord Jesus, protected by the sign of the cross and not by the shield or helmet." Sometimes to be a soldier of Christ means facing trials that leaves you emotionally and spiritually drained, left alone to the forces of the elements. Have you experienced to be surrounded by everyone and yet you feel miles apart from everybody? Have you experienced calling to God for help and find yourself alone? Will you still remain firm in the faith even though everything is against you? To explain more on this, I'd like to share to you a reverse poetry I made when I was tested, when I decided I want to be a soldier of Christ. Abandoned. In all truth and honesty, deep in my heart I realized I never felt you were there for me in all my problems. Sometimes I even wonder if you were really listening to all my prayers. In the coldness of my heart, I didn't notice, Lord. I was looking for your presence. Hate, sadness, fear, and unbelief I filled my empty heart with. And I realized God abandoned me. You never knew the depths of my suffering and what I've been through. My heart is exhausted, my mind wasted. You were as silent as the night as it devours the day. I ask and were not satisfied. My spirit became numb as I get used to the pain. Then I fell on my knees and pray. My dreams and hopes in life is suddenly put on trial. Why am I here? Why do I suffer? Why do I feel sad? Questions that left me asking for more answers. Have faith. Listen to the voice of the world. Listen to the call of the generations. Go on and give up. Do not believe that you were not left behind and forgotten. It's too late now, my friends. You are so wrong in thinking that there is hope. Forgotten you? You are mistaken if you think that God has plans for the world because He knows that you are His biggest mistake. You are not a symbol of authority and power. Don't fall into the illusion that we are all loved. This is how I see the world. It is true that we are misunderstanding that we must control life. It's time to reverse the message you once understood. It's time to do something to the person whom you are always meant to be. Strive to become the best symbol of contradiction to the world. Begin from the end and end in the beginning. This letter is for you. October 31, 2022. October 31, 2022. This letter is for you. Begin from the end and end in the beginning. The best symbol of contradiction to the world. Strive to become the person whom you're always meant to be. It's time to do something to the message you once understood. It's time to reverse the misunderstanding that we must control life. This is how I see the world. It is true that we are loved. Don't fall into the illusion that we are all symbol of authority and power. You are not a mistake. You are His biggest plan for the world because He knows that you are mistaken if you think that God has forgotten you. There is hope. You are so wrong in thinking that it's too late now, my friends. Believe that you were not left behind and forgotten. Do not give up. Go on and listen to the call of the generations. Listen to the voice of the world. Have faith. Questions that left me asking for more answers. Why do I feel sad? Why do I suffer? Why am I here? My dreams and hopes in life is suddenly put on trial. I fell on my knees and pray. Then I became numb as I get used to the pain. I asked and were not satisfied. My spirit were as silent as the night as it devours the day. My heart is exhausted, my mind wasted. You knew the depths of my suffering and what I have been through. You never abandoned me, God. And I realized I filled my empty heart with hate, sadness, fear, and unbelief. I was looking for your presence, Lord. In the coldness of my heart, I didn't notice you were really listening to all my prayers. Sometimes I even wonder if you were there for me in all my problems. In all truth and honesty, deep in my heart, I realized I never felt abandoned. To be a soldier of Christ is to stand firm in our faith, no matter what life throws at you. Courage is not the absence of fear, but it's the willingness to stand up to those fears. Absence of fear is just recklessness. But just like the story of our patron, there will always be hope. God would never abandon us and leave us. Just like St. Martin, don't forget the reason why you're a Christian. The closer you are to God, the closer you are to Christ, the stronger your trials become. Be strong and keep the faith. Life is tough, but so are you.